you see that Fidriel starts to not like bawl cry, but he definitely has a couple tears rolling down his cheek. The only word that you hear him say to her is regrow, as he like takes his hand off of the mushroom, hoping that, you know, she's going to be reborn, her soul's going to be reborn and live on through this mushroom, and it's going to grow its roots and it's going to spread its way, and, you know, she's going to be reborn through these mushrooms now growing in the Underdark. And, you know, kind of stands up. Shushar, you know, releases his hands, he steps back, and he's kind of hoping that one of the deep gnomes has some kind of like burial ritual or something that they're going to say over it. He like Fidriel doesn't really know much about death other than what he thinks and believes, and all he's really seen is death with his parents, and I think that the reason he believes in the regrowth and the rebirth is because he's made himself believe that. He wanted to believe that his parents were being reborn into these trees, into these things, as he lived into the woods. He maybe even talked to a couple of the trees, pretending them to be his parents, these young saplings that were growing around him or things like that. And I think that he fully believes that.
Okay, I just sent you a thing.
Okay.
I've had this bookmarked for almost a month now.
Okay, so one of the deep gnomes comes up to me, and he can see that I want to be. He can see as I want to be part of this thing, part of this.
This is actually the what was it? Stone Singer, was his name? Let me find it. Sorry.
Okay. No problem. But yeah, he
Gurnik
can tell that
Tapfinger, the head priest of the Caladuran Smooth Hands in the Stoneheart Enclave. And he's the rock priest that you guys cleansed the standing stone for.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the one that comes up to you.
So he comes up to me, and he can see that, you know, I really want to be a part of this. He kind of like he opens up a book. It's not like it's almost like a carving, like a tablet. It's like a couple stone tablets that are like bound together with very, very like frayed rope. Like this is probably, you know, something that's been pretty old in their temple. It may be even like something that fell off one of the singing stones at one point, and they couldn't get rid of it, and they figured that the only thing they could do is to find a way to write a blessing on it, maybe. So he takes me. You know, we're outside. The wind is, you know, it's stale. Everything's kind of stale because we're in the Underdark. There's not really like there's no light other than the torchlight that's happening, things of that. There is a large group of group gnomes that are, you know, gathered around. They like she didn't kill tons of people in their fight, but, you know, she helped keep them alive for a little while. So they wanted to honor her. Mostly it's some of the warriors that are here that were by her side fighting. And her families, they've kind of gathered. You know, when she got lowered down to the dirt, she was in this pine box. It was left open though, and it was left open because as she was trying to like cover her, Fidriel actually asked for it to be left open so the earth would grow with the mushroom that he was leaving there. He didn't want it to be covered. He wanted the mushroom to have a way to try and fight its way up and be reborn. Everybody's kind of sitting around thinking about the deceased with their, you know, heads held low. And the guy, he kind of ushers me over to the side, and he speaks up. he acknowledges why everybody's here. You know, it's time to say goodbye to um and to Eldith. None of us know her last name. You know, he what was her sigil? Sorry, I got her story. Her sigil is. It doesn't say. What do you think her sigil would be of in Gaul? I don't know much about Gaul.
So this is kind of as you're all gathered around here, the stone singer is kind of chanting. You hear that crystal music from the other chamber kind of changes to a more somber theme. I don't know. You guys should be able to hear that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Her sigil would probably be it's on her shield, right?
Yeah.
And it would have been just a simple round steel shield with a bunch of like arrows sticking out of it, and it's kind of like beat up, but it's still whole, you know, like the unyielding.
Yeah. And that's what he says as her last name. You know, he says Eldeth, you know, and he says something that represents that. I don't know what the exact word is. We're here to return her to the earth. He comes, he lays some flowers over top of where, you know, everything's already covered over at this point. He lays some flowers down over at the grave. He sprinkles some oils and some herbs around, you know, the open earth of the casket. Here in this peaceful place, at the open of this natural grave, we prepare Eldeth back to the earth so that she can become part of it all. We return her to the nature she loved, to the trees, the grasses, the little creatures, the elements of Mother Earth. You have the song going on. And that's where he points over to me and he tells me to open up to the last page of the stone book that he's given me, and he asks Thidriel to read a blessing that's carved in there. And you know he does. Thidriel, you know, he'll read this, and it says, "I lay my head down and rest. In doing so, I lay at your feet. The faces I have seen, the voices I have heard, the words I have spoken, the hands I have touched, the joys I have shared, I lay them at your feet, and in doing so, I lay my head to rest." Everybody bows her head and, you know, says aloud, I lay my head to rest, in unison around everybody. You know, not us. We don't know, but the deep gnomes who have gone through this blessing before, they all say it in unison. It's now time for Eldith to grow in the earth. Go onward from this world, carried gentle by the greater hands who made you. We stand here, hearts torn open in love and loss. As we let you go now, born into a deeper understanding, just as the dark earth opened now beneath the sky, will soon close its safe arms around you and will become part of a greater embrace. Everything pulled apart now will be brought back together. Everything aching and hurting will be comforted and soothed. Everything in chaos will find beauty and rest, and all shall be healed. In unison again behind me, all of the deep known say, "And all shall be healed." I step back from the blessing, and in speaking towards the grave, everybody kind of comes and they lay flowers and herbs on top of the spot where the you know the elder gnome had laid all this stuff down. And one by one, they kind of go through and just say, "Goodbye, Eldith. You are now set free in our hearts and memories. We give you thanks in all that Eldith, or all that you gave." It probably takes about half an hour, as they each go and lay their oils and their herbs and stuff like that, say their little prayer. Everybody's just kind of standing there solemnly waiting, and as the last one leaves, you see Fidriel just lay down on the ground. He kind of places his hands on the dirt, and he mutters something that nobody hears. I don't even know exactly what he says, but he mutters something, just like a blessing to the earth. And he stands up and just walks back to the group of travelers.
Okay. As you do that, you see all of the grasses and the herbs and the oils and everything kind of shimmer a little bit. And keeping in mind you are well underground here, a bolt of lightning streaks down from the, basically the roof and strikes the grave site. And as it does so, when the kind of the flash and the shock kind of clears out, you see that instead of, the pile of kind of rocky clay soil that was here, there's a patch approximately as large as the gravesite was, that is now just covered with very soft grass. Think like golf course soft, amazing grass, and living examples of all of those herbs and mushrooms and everything that were presented here as gifts.
Very cool. Yeah, Fidriel, he would kind of walk back with Shushar to the group. He probably feels very small right now. He probably feels a little bit more alone again, where he had started to feel like he wasn't before. He still has all of you guys around him, and he's slowly bonding with people, but none like he really had with Shushar and Eldeth. So you probably see him looking very small as he walks towards the group.
All right. So, Eldith has been properly laid to rest. And you guys are basically done for the day. I don't think we had a rest, did we?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Let's say that's, that was after coming back, and you cleaned up a little bit. You did the funeral because you can't let those things go back in this period of time. And then you all retired to your cabin for the night, or your apartment rather. So I'll go ahead and share that to you guys, and you are where Shadira is. Welcome, Shadira, by the way. And you are going to get your long rest here. Just in case anybody didn't have that fully done. Waking up in the morning. So Trey was with you at the funeral, right? And he was doing his kind of like mumbling to himself, being quiet in the background deal. He is not rousable when you all wake up in the morning. Like he's deeply asleep. He's breathing. But you cannot wake him up. Nothing you do wakes him up. He is asleep. And that is the start of your new day. So what do you wish to do today?
I'll figure out let somebody else deep go. Sleep, like, oh hey, he's just sleeping really hard and just doesn't want to be woken up, or is he passed out under the influence?
No, like you got to the point where somebody like slapped him hard in the face and he didn't wake up. Shade, I'm gonna give you a whisper here real quick.
Cool. Alright. So it looks like he's just going to be out for the day, and he'll be fine, though. From what... Anything that we do won't be able to affect him. So continue on without him for today.
So what else do we have to do here?
So now that the four of you are here, Trey's just, he's not going to be available to you. It's, like Shade said, it's probably not anything nefarious. It's just like the best thing you can come up with is maybe his pact thing, or like just the fact that he's generally a little bit broken in the head requires him to be asleep right now.
Yep. I will leave a bowl of water, or a glass of water or something, just so once he does wake.
Yeah, you probably have like a decent
much.
pitcher. You have a decent pitcher of water you can leave by his bedside. That's fair.
Yep.
He finally took my advice and drank too much.
Oh, was that the one that it didn't cleanse for poison? Darn.
No, that one's gone now. Oh, I have to roll for how much I have today.
I thought the twins had their own place in the town.
If they do, that's fine.
I thought they had their own place in town, so I'm just confused the fact that we know.
Oh no, I mean they're just like they're meeting up with you basically,
Yeah.
Like it's become your morning routine since you've been here that like in the morning before breakfast everybody meets up at your apartment and then goes and gets breakfast together and like discusses what you're going to do today kind of thing.
Fair enough. So what things do we still have to do in this lovely known village?
Well, you have two more areas. You've gained quite a bit of reputation with the priesthood specifically for clearing out rockblight. So the clergy of Blingdenstone are basically on your side now. They're willing to use whatever influence they have to help you out. Also, the military is about halfway there. Because you definitely helped them. They don't have to staff that staging area quite as consistently as they did. They still keep a couple guards there, but it's not like a running battle that's been going on for six months or whatever like it used to be. So do you want to just have like a quiet meal and do some reflection? Do you want to go to the tavern and try to pick up some more rumors? Do you want to, whatever you want to do?
I'd say after the day that we had yesterday, probably a day of quiet reflection might be best to just get our spirits aligned.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah, Thidril's feeling, he's feeling pretty down in the dumps, so he's probably just kind of moping around behind you guys right now.
More beer than usual for breakfast?
Yeah, exactly. Like he woke up and just like, as it was filling, before it was like filled for the day, he was already pouring it into his mouth.
Well, and you've got what, 10 gallons?
10 gallons
of beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good for today. even if it's a big day, 10 gallons of beer for one person is still that's quite a lot.
Yeah, like tomorrow when you see him, he's definitely going to be a little bit bloated. He's gonna have that beer belly, that gas bubble that's just like,
so we'll do like a speed -5. So it's a good thing you have that mobile trait.
Exactly. He's got the dad bod tomorrow.
Right. Okay. So you guys decide to, after you saw what Thidril did, I'm assuming you might want to get some bacon or something into him. Just to offset all of that drinking.
Yeah.
So you head to the tavern, and while you are in the tavern, before you've even finished your breakfast, you've got some food in you, but before you've even had a chance to finish your breakfast, a runner bursts in and says, "Jelly's in the market."
What
No,
flavor?
no, not this time in the morning.
So what do you guys do?
Can we
Ask him what
lawyer
flavor.
in that a jelly killed Eldith?
A jelly killed Eldith? What?
Can we say that it was a jelly that killed Eldith?
But it wasn't.
Yeah, okay. I couldn't remember what it was.
Helvin
so,
wants to know what flavor. The guy just looks at you like you're making a joke. Like people are dying right now. Helvin.
Yeah, Idria will get up and start running.
Picking up
toward-
my weapons, heading for the market.
Okay, so you guys are all. You basically. Even when you just are going to breakfast, you have your gear with you, right? So you don't have to go back to the apartment to gear up or anything. You have what you need. We'll just make that a thing. The market is at Area 7. I need all of you to roll me an athletics check.
Too early in the morning for me. Sorry, I gave you acrobatics on athletics.
Oh. Hey,
My bad.
did my options change? What the heck? Um, 13, 7, 20. 13. 19. Alright, so Thidriel. Here, Halavin. Wade. Okay, so you guys show up at the Trader's Grotto. Just moving Shadira's token there to place you. I apologize, guys. I don't have all this stuff done.
I was trying to minimize the map and closed it, and now I can't find where to open it again.
It should be in images and maps.
Well, yeah, there's 3 pages of crap
Just
in there.
go on to your character sheet and double click on the token in the top right.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'm gonna give you a new map here in a second. Just need to. Okay. So you guys rush into this room. There you go. And never mind how you got here. You're here. And there's a giant gelatinous cube. It's kind of in the middle of the room, and it is going after the tokens you can't see on this map, which is just a bunch of random vendors and deep gnomes that were in the marketplace at this point. So don't worry about the the layout of the marketplace. Just this is the room you're in. This is where you're going to fight the cube. And your athletics check was how quickly you got here. So while you all are going to arrive at roughly the same time, I took your athletics check to be your initiative score. So that's how that happened. Does that make sense? So
Okay.
Halavin, you are up.
All right. So the things that it's attacking are on the other side of it. Like they're not between us and it. They're on.
Correct. Yeah, it is not facing you currently.
Okay.
If it has a face, it's a gelatinous cube. It doesn't really have a face.
Depends
Once
what's stuck in it.
Right.
Once again, my pig sticker will probably not be very useful, but it's going to get pig stuck. I will advance on it and
Okay,
stick.
tokens are locked now, so you can do that thing. You're within 10 feet, so you can hit it with melee, and you get 2 attacks, right? Or 3.
I had to advance on it, so I don't think I get 3.
Oh, you advanced on it, so you don't get that polearm master thing. Yeah, but you do get
Right,
your butt
exactly.
strike. Yeah, got it. Okay.
I'll take it, but I'm not sure. I think that it would have to move into my range for me to get. The way I understand it is if I advance on stuff, I don't get anything special. I just get an attack. It's
Yeah,
when
so you
things
get
move
your
within my
regular
zone of
2
control.
attacks. Yeah.
Right. There's my stuff.
That's a hit.
And then the butt end strike.
Okay. Again.
That should be a hit. And that's a 1d4. Thought we had this set up on here.
It's not a weapon, it's the polearm master under class features. And you should hit attack and then damage from there, but the attack is the same. No, it's not.
Right.
It's at a +5, but you still would have hit it. So just go ahead and do the hit the damage thing, or drag it onto the thing. That blood drop.
Okay, I don't know what I don't see anything to drag on there, dude.
So you have
It's a polearm-
polearm master, and
I'm
then
close.
when you drop that down with the magnifying glass, it says cast, attack, melee 5, and then it says damage 1d4 plus 3 bludgeoning.
Okay.
So click and drag that blood drop onto the gelatinous cube in the combat tracker. There you go.
Just didn't see it. I had to click the magnifying glass.
Okay. So you did the thing. Anything else you want to do?
Did that will be that. Hopefully that just gets its attention off those people in front of it and they can get away.
Okay. Do you have any NPCs who are going to go this turn?
Oh, shoot, that's right. We've got NPC. Yeah, we'll have Ront attack it also. Come here, combat trail. Okay, they're not on it. Let me get him. He's just moving up, not charging, and
Okay, that'll hit.
that's a hit.
Yeah, gelatinous cubes. They're big, massive.
Oh.
They don't have high ACs.
Right, they're pretty easy to hit, but you don't want to get too close anyways, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so 15
Well,
damage. That is the maximum amount of damage that he could have done. So that is a power strike for Ron. So why don't you describe how that worked?
So Ront, without charging like he normally does, but moving quickly to my side as I was attacking and using me basically as a human shield for him, so that hoping he wouldn't get attacked, because that's kind of how he rolls. He spins around from behind me and just giant swing and buries his axe just inside this thing. It just, the whole head just sinks in up to the hilt, and he twists it sideways and rips it back out, pulling back a big chunk of this thing out of it.
Okay, roll a d4.
In the tray or on it?
Just in the tray, yeah. Okay. So that's lucky. So yeah, so as he rips this thing out, he has the presence of mind to fling all of the gelatinous like ooze that's on his axe head off to the side, and it doesn't hit any of the other party members.
Oh, nice.
Because that stuff is super not cool for, you know, flesh.
Yes, it is.
Alright, that's your only NPC?
Yeah.
Okay. Does that end your turn?
The prince is hanging back, yes.
Yeah, the prince is, what, like a claw
He's
attack,
not gonna-
right? So he's not really
gonna
able to
claw
do
back
much
this
here.
thing, yeah. He's not necessarily sane after his transformation, but he's not that crazy.
Okay. Okay. So
And I don't see the. I was say I don't see the thing to click to advance the turn.
it's you don't see the dragon with the down arrow on the combat tracker?
I do not. Does anyone else?
I do.
Yep.
It might be hidden behind something. Can you see where it says round 1? Anyway.
Oh, there it is. Yep, I had it. It was hidden below the map. Yep.
Okay.
I've
So
been
I
stacked.
already advanced you, but that's where it is in the future. Thidriel.
Yeah, so he's never seen something like this before, so he has no idea about it. He runs forward with his his staff of the departed, smashing down with that, and he gets it stuck. Like he smashes it in, and he can't pull it out of the cube. He spends the rest of his turn trying to pull it out of the cube.
Make a strength check. Okay, yeah, so you do pull it out, but you're not going to have any more attacks this turn.
Yeah. Bam. My turn is
Shade.
done.
Oh wait, Thidriel, do you have any NPCs?
Yeah, Shushar is Shushar's probably still at the grave of Eldith, just saying more prayers.
Okay, that's fair. Shade?
Alrighty. I'm gonna go over here. Try to keep some spreadability out there. I'm sorry. Totally a word. Didn't just make that up. And then let's see. Right, windows open. Alrighty, we'll probably do topsy and turvy arrows shooting it. Not sure how much that'll actually work, but we shall see.
It'll hit.
Give me 1 second. And then a second shot.
Another hit. Okay, and that's, again, almost max damage. So was Topsy doing anything different, or...?
Sorry to interrupt for 1 sec.
Yep.
I was wondering why that was. If for some reason, I'm unconscious. Because I wondered why I rolled a disadvantage.
I apologize. I'll fix it.
No worries. Yeah, go ahead.
You see, when you start drinking the beer early in the day...
That's exactly it. Sorry, I didn't mean to...
No, I thought those effects cleared when you got a long rest, but apparently it didn't. So don't worry about it. You still had, like... You hit everything you tried to hit, right? Or no, you didn't.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about my turn or anything like that. I was just wondering why it happened, and I saw that. Yeah, I'm fine to wait for my next.
Thanks for reminding me.
Nope.
Shade. So Topsy.
So maybe she was just shooting the right place. You know, hitting one of the little like floatsomes inside. But yeah, maybe just lucky aim.
Okay, just lucky. Fair enough.
Yep.
Turvy.
Which Turvy will probably have the total opposite. Or...
It's a hit.
No. Okay, yep, +4, okay. And... some damage. Maybe the cube is just a really big target.
Well, it is. The reason I asked the two of you to describe things is because you had full max damage and max damage minus 1 point for those for those 3 first hits. So anytime you get max damage on a roll and it doesn't crit, I'm still going to ask you to describe why it was max damage, just like it was when it was a critical. Does that make sense? Just for a little bit more flavor to the game.
Cool. I was like, yeah. Okay, now I see
No,
it.
because she rolled a 6,
Yep.
like it was a D6 and it was a 6 and it was a D8 and it was an 8, like that kind of thing, right?
All right, cool. All right, so then we'll have...
Alright, so Turvy just does normal damage, just fires off his crossbow bolts. And Shade.
Yep, so Shade will step up and we'll do a Ray of Enfeeblement.
Okay.
Not on myself. That would be bad. Alrighty. Nope, I read that wrong. No, that's fine. Dispatch in the right mode. Toll the Dead.
So you're not doing Ray of Enfeeblement, you're doing Toll the
No,
Dead.
I'm not. Yep. I was like,
Okay.
yeah, it's the bottom one. That isn't the right effect. Okay, so we'll do Toll the Dead.
Alright. It fails to save.
Cool. And then we'll do some damage.
Woof.
Yep. Big roll. So, evidently still tired from yesterday.
The ghosts are just like, you already put one of us to rest, we're not coming out for this. Alright, Shadira.
Sareth is going to take a shot from back here,
Okay.
as per usual with Sareth. And we'll hit Sareth. She's just gonna come up on that side of it,
Okay.
and she brings that Dawnbringer.
Nice.
Let's deep fry ourselves some jelly. Oh, would I have had advantage on that?
I'm gonna say no. because you're not really opposite of Thidriel, and while Halavin is in melee range, it's not actually close enough to be distracting to the cube.
Yep, that's fine. And Kim Yao is going to come up on the opposite side, above Israel.
Okay, so then he will have advantage, and you in the future will have advantage.
He just comes up with his pick. And will attempt to... cluster and trident, he will hit. No.
And that did it. As unlikely as it may seem, Jimjar plants this war pick into the gelatinous cube, and it just kind of melts. It's had enough. It sucks itself down into the little crenellations in between the flagstones, and it is no more.
Well, that was easy.
I guess we go looking for more. They said jellies, not jelly.
What was that thing?
So as you are standing here in the Trader's Grotto, a couple of the deep gnomes come back out, and they let you know that they've basically been like dealing with these jellies and oozes and puddings and such for a while. They just show up out of nowhere and kill a bunch of people, and that's why like it's been so tough for them to rebuild. And you have some intelligence on this, right? Somebody told you something about the oozes prior? Who was it that wasn't with the rest of the party before?
That was me, and I was helping fight them.
Okay, so Halavin, you have some more information about this then.
I did have, but now I gotta fight.
Make a binder of things you need to remember for Monday.
Yeah, it was weeks ago, and I've rearranged my office since then.
I'm trying to see if maybe I sent you...
Oh, you should just make... you can make your own note in Fantasy Grounds, right? On the right side, there's a tab called Notes, and you can just create a new one and type anything you want in it.
That would
You
have
can
been
make it
handy.
public. Yeah, you can make it public, or you can make it private, or...
No, for what all I remember really from what we were talking about is that I had gone, while the rest of the group had gone off to the Medusa, and this was the night that I couldn't be here. And the rest of the group had gone off to do that, so we decided that I had spent my time. I had gone to the market, and an incident like this occurred. I helped rally some of the troops around and defeat the puddings and jellies that came in. And about the time we wrapped that up, and they were telling me about how this was an ongoing problem and where they think they're coming from, that sort of stuff.
Right.
And then about that time, the rest of the party came back. I don't remember anything
So,
special.
do you remember there was... So, it was the same old drunk that pointed you towards the Tinker's house?
Mm-hmm.
And you found him in the market after you cleaned up the aftermath of fighting the pudding. And he basically told you that the northwest corner of Blingdenstone has been almost entirely taken over by the royal oozes under the auspices of the Pudding King.
Right, but I kind of thought we knew that. Okay, I didn't realize that hadn't been shared with the group.
I don't believe I shared it with the group, did I?
Nope.
Yeah, so
Monster.
Okay.
that's the information that you guys have, is the northwest corner of Blingdenstone, which you guys have been charged with, helping to reclaim Blingdenstone, right? Has been basically set up as what the locals are referring to as the Pudding Court, because those oozes are referring to themselves as the Pudding Prince, Princess, and King, right? So you have two ways you can go here. You can either choose to, get angry, take this fight to the Pudding Court right now, or you can say, like, we killed the ooze for now, and you can head into the more political issues of the Gold Whisker Warrens, which is where the were-rats live.
In my head is the Dragon Quest, the king slime with the big crown on his head, the blue slime.
Dude, Deja made me a fucking sprite for it, which I'm sure she will post in
Okay, cool.
in Campaign Lounge later if she wants to.
Cool. I'm down for whatever you guys want to do.
Well, I don't know about anyone else, but after dealing with that one group of slimes and puddings in the market earlier, and this one now, I think these people would really appreciate it if we could put this problem to bed for them. And maybe it's just the grief of Eldeth and all that stuff going on, but I think I'd really feel good about killing some stuff right now.
If anybody saw the look on Thidriel's face as he rushed towards this thing, like this unknown thing, to smash it with his, like, it was like all his pain and anguish he wanted to get out in, like, beating this thing. So he kind of, like, looks at you as you're saying that, and you can see that he's down.
Okay.
Well, if we're gonna go after more of these things, I suggest we see if we can get hold of some flasks of oil, burn them from a distance.
All right, there it is. Deja has posted the Pudding King GIF in the Campaign Lounge for you guys.
I want to go play Slime Rancher.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. So if you would like to do this, it would mean moving directly north from Area 7, where you are, the Trader's Grotto, to essentially the garbage dump of Blingdenstone, which is Area 24.
What if we just get a whole bunch of paper towels and just throw them all in there?
I don't think the quicker picker upper is your solution to this, by the way.
But then we could claim the bounty.
There you go.
So
I mean, if this is the way we're going, can we slap chop them down smaller and smaller and smaller until we could step on them?
you could if they weren't acidic and poisonous.
Can we get flasks of oil or not?
Can you get flasks of oil? Yeah, you can do that. Let me see.
Don't call me crazy, but
There wasn't any loot from this one because it was just a wandering monster.
yeah. These things seem mostly fluid. Any of our spellcasters got anything that cold related they could use? Just thinking they might freeze.
So there is a flask of oil. It costs 1 silver per flask. And that's a pint. As an action, you can splash the oil. There you can see. That is what Dom was asking for.
I will grab 10 flasks.
10 flasks?
Yep. I'll
Okay,
spend
so
the gold
that's
on
what, 1 gold?
it. Yep.
Okay, so I shared the thing to you. Just drag it to your inventory, make it the number of it 10, and put it mark off 1 gold.
Done, sir.
Anyone else?
Nope.
Okay. Do we need to do anything else, or are we going ahead and charging into the refuse pile?
Sounds like we're good to go.
Okay. So you you walk down this tunnel, right? And it's down. There's a big set of steps there, and a long kind of like multiple switchback tunnel here. You can't really see it on the map, but there's a bunch of different, ways that they keep the stench of this cave out of the rest of Blingdenstone. As you approach it, there's just an absolutely foul stench. It used to be a small residential area, similar to the one that your apartments are in, with homes dug into the walls at various heights, but nobody lives here now. There's a giant pile in the middle of just decomposing everything. Does anybody want to look at the garbage, or do you just want to get out of here as quickly as possible?
I won't dig through it elbow deep, but yeah, we'll take a look and just make sure nothing's immediately threatening.
Okay. What about the rest of the party? How do you guys feel?
Yeah, so I mean, unfortunately, the way that I kind of built my character, he's not he doesn't know anything about these. He unless somebody were to tell him to go do this kind of stuff, he doesn't really know. You know what I mean? He's more of a reactor than a knower.
Sorry, I had to go. Something about garbage?
So you're looking at the giant pile of basically all of the collected garbage of Blingdenstone. And it's partially decomposing, and it smells fricking foul. You're walking through this cave to get to the next area that you need to be in. And you do have the opportunity to look through the garbage if you would like to. It's just kind of like, sorting through a landfill, essentially.
Nah.
So you can choose to do that or not do that.
I'll pass on that thing.
So I guess if I see Halavin going to I'll probably take my staff and poke in it, like that Star Wars poking into the garbage, trying to find that one-eyed thing.
Okay. Shade, how do you feel about it?
Topsy and Trivia would have no interest. Shade would probably go up and see what's on the surface, but have no need to dive in or anything like that.
Okay, and what about Ront and Jimjar?
Ron would definitely go with me, at least, kind of looking at it. Again, he wouldn't go digging into it either, I don't think.
Okay.
Unless, of course, he saw something that sparked his interest.
And Jimjar?
Jimjar and Taras aren't interested.
Okay. So Halavin, just roll me an investigation check with advantage, because Ront is helping you.
Already? I'll take all the advantage. Oot.
Okay. So you find a pair of slimy, partially digested deep gnome corpses. Your investigation check reveals that the gnomes were victims of some kind of ooze, and that they were then left here. The rest of you, as you quick step through the cave, are going to come out in Area 28. So, Shadira, you can go ahead and move your token to Area 28 there. And Halavin, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw for you and for Ront. Okay. That was a check. You need to make the save on the right side of the character sheet.
Oh.
Okay. And then one for Ront as well. I think he only has a check, but it's the same modifier.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you don't want to do the check. You want to do the save because you have a bonus from your AC and stuff. It's 16? Okay, cool. So you both managed to not take any serious detriment to this, but you are going to have a -2 to your initiative roll.
Okay.
Okay. And since Ront goes with you, he has the same modifier, but it doesn't matter. Does that make sense? I was just going to take the 16 for him. That's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, so, Shadira, where are you?
I'm gonna have a map. I can't come back to the Bringstone map.
Blingden Stone map.
There we go. And that was a
I've got
minus
the map, but I
2.
can't move my token onto it.
I don't see your token.
My token's
So
on
you're
the other
there.
map.
You're so you move through. You started in Area 7 here. You guys can all see Area 7 is the Trader's Grotto.
Yep.
Went through the refuse pile, which is up here at Area 24.
Mhm.
And then came down. I'm just moving this token incrementally so you guys can all see that. And you enter into Area 28 here. So this is the house center. The walls of this great cavern are covered in slime, dripping, sickening green slime. Echoes of dripping water also fill the cave, in the center of which is a large spherical structure held up off the floor by stone pillars. Around these pillars crawl dozens of living oozes, heaving forward while reaching out with grasping pseudopods. The sphere's surface, like the cave walls, is covered with slime. Black slime swirls with yellow and gray slime in a disgusting soup, the unearthly patterns in the movements of the slime straining your eyes and tugging at your mind. A disembodied voice fills the cave. "What's this? What's this? Visitors? Now? Not yet! We're not ready! Go away, pests! I will call upon the Enel of Blingdenstone to announce our glad tidings of the faceless lord to come at the proper time! Begone!"
Okay.
Yeah, hundreds of ooze creatures are congregated here, including black puddings, gray oozes, ochre jellies, and gelatinous cubes. Literally hundreds.
I look at the flask of oil I've got in my hand, look at them and go, no, didn't bring enough oil.
You did not bring enough oil.
Gonna need a bigger oil derrick.
The cavern is damp. It has a 180-foot high ceiling lined with dripping stalactites. Every wall, every surface of this thing is just covered in acidic/poisonous slime. What do you guys want to do?
Slowly back away.
I don't know what we can do with it.
Yeah, my character. Well, okay, let me think. So slime is kind of can be organic. Maybe my character would be smart enough to realize that maybe you could light it on fire. I don't know.
So Shadira has already suggested lighting things on fire. She brought 10 pints of oil. It's not enough oil. There's no way you're gonna light all this stuff on fire.
No, but I was thinking that if the acidic ooze were to catch on fire, it would spread because it's probably like. Or are you talking about oozes, like the actual oozes?
There are
acidic.
There are more than
it was like
100
slime.
individual oozes here.
I thought you meant like slime covering.
There's
the ground.
also slime covering pretty much all the walls. It's not on the floor you're standing on, but if you were to move anywhere, it would be there.
Yeah,
Going back to the market.
That's what I meant to light on fire, I guess.
Going back to the market.
Yeah, if you light anything on fire in here, all of it's coming at us.
Okay, so you're going all the way back to the market then?
Yep.
Okay, because if you're all looking at this map, you could move up to areas 29 or 30 as well, or you could move over to area like in the middle between 30 and 22, or you could move up to the top north of 24 and 29. There's, if there's not a number there, there's nothing happening there, but you could run in other directions as well. I'm just saying.
Okay, go up to 29 then.
Yeah, it doesn't seem interested in us, so we could at least see what's around here. Maybe find something useful.
Okay, so Shadira says go up to 29. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, that's where I would like to go
Fair.
to.
Shade Thidriel, you guys good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yep.
Okay. So this cavern was once a shrine for Bervin Wild Wanderer, the gnomish deity known as the father of fish and fungus. Now it belongs to the Pudding King. The sound of dripping water fills this dark cave, and various oozes slither across the walls and floor. Some sort of fungal wall or partition once divided the cave, but that barrier has been destroyed. Beyond it lies more wreckage and debris scoured clean by the oozes.
Okay.
Hold on. So, yep, the stockade or barrier has been destroyed. Jim Jar can tell you that it used to be one of the caverns where the deep gnomes kept their deep roth, which is like the Underdark version of cows, right? Like this was farmland, right? Or livestock land. The place was ransacked during the Drow invasion, and since then, the oozes have basically taken over what was left behind, including, you can see, there are a lot of Roth bones in the oozes that are here. 2 freshwater pools form along the west wall of this area. So basically, you guys can see those at the north there. Those are the 2 pools. There are dozens of ooze creatures, black puddings, gray oozes, and ochre jellies, but they don't seem inclined to attack you at this point. There is also something to the east. Here we go. About there. That is a very large ooze. That just kind of creeps along. It's like a pool of reddish brown slime.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Destroy the one slime? Ooze cube.
1 is the loneliest number.
Well, that one's noticeable in there, but there are still dozens of others in there as well that are currently not inclined to attack us that I reckon would be inclined if we attacked it.
I'd say we have a look at 30, then decide.
Agreed.
Sure.
Going
Are
around
we
the wall and
milling
heading
around
to
to it,
30.
or are we going up through there then? Or does it matter?
Well, I don't want to go through the middle of the cavern of slime, so I'm going to skirt
Yeah.
around and go up through the bottom.
So you guys you're gonna do this thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you a new map here. If you give me a second. You know what? Why don't we take 10 here? We'll be back at 5 after the hour. And by then I will have a full, battle map for you guys. How about that?
Okay.
Alright, so we're going to take 10. Alright. We are back. Y'all have entered the room. Once the drill gets back in all the way.
I'm here.
There
Hey.
you are. Reshared the map. Maybe?
No, I'm on the map, actually. I'm good.
Oh, you are. Okay. It's not showing up downstairs, but...
Oh, no, yeah. We can just see a small box. There's one little
Yep,
fire.
that's correct.
just to the
Okay.
left of us.
So you guys are in this room, and you see some stuff... like across the room, you've seen like there's a refuse pile and things like that, but you're gonna need to kind of explore this area and determine, where you're gonna go from here. So you've entered the room.
Seeing that there's like a corridor, I would probably like come to the corner just to make sure that I'm not in line of sight of anything and peek around.
Okay, so you're peeking to the right.
To the right, yeah.
Looking down the corridor, there's nothing you can see from where you are. Shade, you can see just looking to the right there that there is a door farther down the hallway, which you guys can kind of see. If you see where the stone turns into like wood, that's the beginning of a door there.
Closed from what we can see.
Yeah. Hold on. So, Shadira.
If you're talking to me, you're muted.
No, I'm not muted. He's not saying anything. Sorry. What was the question asked of me there?
Just it's your turn to explore.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just a little bit high on painkillers right now. I'm in a lot of pain.
I'm sorry, dude.
Well, I'll wander down this way and see what's down here.
Okay, moving over.
Is that a door I see there?
Yeah.
This is a door that you can see to the southeast of you. The passageways that you see along the corners don't exist. I just want to point that out right from the start. So like where the wall kind of breaks there at the top, and then if you see anything like that around the corners of this map, that's not actually there. Is that fair?
Yep, that's cool.
Okay.
Well, checking that door.
Okay, checking the door. Make an investigation check.
I might be able to do that. Oh yes, I'm so skilled in investigation. It's amazing. It's a door.
It is in fact a door, and listening at the door, you can't really hear anything behind it. Turning the door handle, it is not locked, but you didn't actually open it. You just like twisted the handle to see if it was unlockable or not, you know?
I open the door.
You open the door. Okay.
I open the door.
Opening the door, you find an ochre jelly.
I close the door.
Okay. All of that's going to be your bonus action to like rip the door back shut.
Pretty much.
You still have an action. Your movement, I think you have like what, 10 more feet.
Heading back that way.
Okay, and you're
That
just
room's occupied, guys.
you're not doing your action. Okay, so you're telling everybody, you're shouting to everybody like, "There's a jelly in there."
Well, no, not actually shouting there's a jelly there. That room's occupied, guys.
Okay. So the rest of you hear that are Jimjar and who do you have? Darendil? Sareth. Are they doing anything?
Leaving with me. They don't want to play with the jelly right now.
Okay. Thidriel. You already kind of checked the hallway. I'm going to say that was like basically your bonus action, what you did before. Go ahead and take your action and your movement.
Mm. Occupied with what?
There's no jelly there.
And well, that's what we're here for. And he'll start to rush forward.
I agree
Probably
100%,
stop
but I was
himself.
not going to face it by myself.
Okay,
And,
Thidriel. So you're standing at the door.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna ready my action.
What
If
action are
it
you
comes
readying?
like close, like just my staff. Like if it comes close to me, close enough for me to hit it, then I'm gonna hit it.
Okay.
I probably can't move any closer to him. Oh, actually, no, I have 50 movement speed. Never mind. I can definitely get to him.
What
So
can
he
reduce
cracked-
down to 5 or...
You're doing that then?
Yeah.
You're opening the door and you're running in?
Oh, he closed the door. Never mind.
Yeah, because Shadira
does it open
said
inwards or
she
outwards?
closed the door.
Does it open inwards or outwards?
It opens inwards.
So I'm just gonna stand here, waiting, with the just readying my action, like I said.
Okay. Halavin.
All right, so we've got a thing in there. So I guess myself and Ront will move.
Just count the squares, guys. I didn't lock tokens yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're moving there, so you're in front of the door, but you're not opening the door, or
Right.
you are?
That is correct. I am not opening the door, and
Okay.
neither is. And Darendil is going to hang back like he's doing because so far everything in here he'd have to touch to attack, and he's not going to do.
Okay, you know what? Roll a d10 for me. Okay, so Darendil is back to his, like, Ponzi self. Right? Because he got hurt in the last one, and he, like, kind of raged out a little bit, like, hulked out. But he's back to his normal Ponzi self now.
Okay. He got hurt
Just
when?
in the last fight with the Medusa.
Oh, right. Okay.
So that's I'm just letting you know. So he's back to his Ponzi self. He's not like raged out or anything like that. He's not bestial.
Right.
He's more pretending
I
to
would have
be.
figured after. I kind of figured after the long rest he would have cooled down. Yeah.
Yeah. Shade.
Alrighty, so just double checking over on the wall. Over here is the wall, correct?
It is not a wall. Walking over that way. You can see there's another passage. The break to the top there doesn't exist.
I remember this map.
Have you played the Trek before? Because that's where
Yeah.
it's from. Yeah, I love this map. So the break in the top doesn't exist. The door you guys came in is the only door on the outside wall of this map. However, you do see a passage that curves down to the left there,
Alrighty.
and another door.
So I'll give a shout out. Hey guys, not too loudly so it doesn't echo as much, but hey guys, there's stuff down here as well. I'll probably use my not sprint burst, but
Dash
sprint or
action.
whatever. Yeah, dash action. I've been playing too much Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, no worries.
To get back to where the group was. That way,
Okay.
now I know there's stuff down there, but I'm not separated.
You know
from
what?
the group
Move. I'm gonna move you to there with your dash action, just
Cool.
to make it easier.
Works for
And
me.
I'm gonna have all 4 of you roll me initiative, please. Just so we can, because I was going in alphabetical order for this, but we're gonna do initiative from now on.
No problem.
Woohoo!
Shade, good job.
Hey, I'd rather roll it now than say in like 5 minutes.
It's, as much as I've played healers, I've never found a situation where coming last was a problem as a healer. You know.
Yeah.
So Halavan, you're up.
No, So in this case, I will step forward and open the door.
Okay. So opening the door, that's a free action. Stepping forward, I'm gonna go ahead and lock your tokens now.
All right.
So if you would like to step forward, open the door, that's fine. You guys know what's in this room. It's an ochre jelly. So you can move your character to anywhere you can. Yep. Alright, and that's only 15 feet because the door doesn't impede you because you opened it.
Right.
And we're assuming also that Ront is with you for this.
I'm actually gonna hand sign Ront to hang back. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm hoping to get this thing to move a particular way, and then we can sandwich.
Okay. So Ront will not come into the room.
To there.
Okay. You can hit it, but barely.
Yep. That's why I've got
Or no, you have 10-foot reach on your pole arm, right?
Yep.
Yep, so you can hit it for sure.
Or not.
I mean, yeah. So you swing your boar spear down at it, and it like kind of bashes off the floor, and your hands are numb, so you don't get your polearm strike because you're like desperately
Yep.
trying to hold on to the thing.
It's agile. And with Ron hanging back and Durandal hanging back, yeah, that will.
Shadira.
Well, now the door's open, there's some more people in there. One.
Okay. So you're like right inside the door.
If I don't finish my movement.
That's 25.
25, that'd be 30 to there then.
Yep.
Okay. That's where Shadira's going.
And before you go, because I know you like to do positionals, where's Jim Jar going, and is Sereth going?
Sereth will be coming down over behind Halavan to take a pot shot,
Okay.
and Jim Jar will go up across the top wall opposite me.
Okay. So you are gonna have flanking on this then.
Excellent.
Okay. So go ahead and roll for either you or Jim Jar or Sereth. Sereth, I'm assuming, is 1 square north of Halavan. Is that correct?
Well, can I get in behind Halavan over here? Or not?
Oh yeah, no, that is a square that can be inhabited. So he's east of Halavan, not north of Halavan.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's sitting
So
there.
if
he's
he
gonna be
wants
taking
to
pot shot.
shoot, so if Sereth wants to shoot at the thing, it's going to be at a -2 because he's directly behind Halavan, basically.
Oh, well, he'll go in the one just north of that then.
Okay. All right. So then that's where Sereth is, northeast of Halavan, and Jim Jar is directly across from you, directly north of the ochre jelly.
Yep. And Dawnbringer.
Okay.
Oh, flip's sake. Really?
You hit it.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 and a 2.
You hit it.
Yeah, I know, but
It's not hard to hit.
I beg to differ.
Alright, so you wounded it. You have Sereth and Jimjar. Jimjar's at advantage. Sereth is not at advantage.
Okay. Jimjar, his first attack will be sneak attack. Make us proud, Jimjar.
Nope.
Second attack. These guys hate
Nope.
me.
And Sereth, again, not at advantage.
And so, can someone at least hit?
That'll hit.
Final.
Okay. Damage done.
Ridiculous.
So
Thidriel
Thidriel
moves
just come
in.
through with his staff, just like raging above his head.
Hit.
Hitting. And then I'm going to bonus action Flurry of Blows.
Okay. Spend your key point or whatever.
And just take a couple unarmed strikes.
Hit. Damage. Miss.
Miss. And then I am going to stumble away. Just over here.
Okay.
Because he cannot take an
Yep.
attack of opportunity against me.
Shushar.
And we're good. Shushar's not even with us. He stayed
Oh,
back.
he's
at
still
the,
yeah. So he's
river. Yeah.
he's not even here. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he's not even here with us.
Shade.
So I have to ask, does punching a gelatinous goo really work?
So what I imagined happening, like if you want me to describe it, is he punches through it and he kind of like, it's almost like a scoop with his arm where he like pulls out some of the goo and like sloshes it down onto the ground and then like reaches his other hand out and does the same thing. He's like taking off small chunks of it with his hands, like scooping out with his fist kind of thing. That's what I imagine. Maybe it gets reabsorbed back in, who knows.
I mean, so you can punch it and it'll do damage, but it's also going to burn your hand, is how that works for me.
Yeah, that's fine. What do you want me to roll for that?
So if you want to directly punch something, like with your fist, it's going to be a con save after your attack roll. Like, it's not going to modify the attack roll, you're just going to have to make a con save afterwards to see if you got hurt.
I'll make you 2 of them. So I got hurt.
And you didn't.
And I'm not sure.
Yeah. So it's a DC
So what
10.
one?
I'm going easy on this. It's a DC 10. So you got hurt once and you didn't get hurt once. So
D4.
it's D4 plus 2.
4 damage. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's completely fine.
Yeah, D4 plus 2 acid damage is basically what
Sure.
I'm going with here.
Yeah, I come out and my both of my arms and forearms are now hairless.
Okay. Shade, what are we doing here?
Well, I'm not trimming my beard that same way. Just saying that right now. Going forward and shooting it.
Okay.
So, we'll do a Sacred Flame, just to start things off, for fun.
Succeeds on its save.
Lame. Alright, and then, we'll do some just crossbow shooting.
Okay. Hit. Got it.
Cool.
So as Thidriel is contending with the burning slime on his hands and whatnot, Topsy comes around the corner, fires off a crossbow bolt, and the ochre jelly just kind of again fades into the nothingness and seeps into the floor. Shade, you moved already a little bit. Do you want to move some more?
Sure.
Or
The
do you
room
want to
was pretty
send
much closed off.
Turvy somewhere?
We'll have Turvy pop around the corner.
Just use your pointer for where Turvy's going.
There.
Okay.
Just to look around the corner and see what's over there.
Alright, so you can see that far. Again, there are not actually openings in the outside wall, so you're basically just seeing more passageway here.
Cool, and then I'd say prepare an attack just in case anyone comes over there.
Okay.
So enemy comes up the passageway, shoots him with a crossbow.
Okay. Done.
And we'll do the same with Pepito.
Okay.
And
Anything
then,
else?
Once we're out of combat, yes, but if we're still in combat mode, no.
You are out of combat. You have vanquished the foe in this room.
Okay, I'd probably walk over to Theodrel and do a cure wounds then.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that. Yep. Alright. Thidriel, you are cured by Shade.
Excellent. Get your hands off me.
And I'm going to say, Shade, that moves you to about there. Halavin.
Yes.
What you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. It's gone. I don't. The map doesn't look like there's really anything to investigate or anything in this
Yeah,
room.
there's nothing. There's nothing in this room.
So really, just kind of wait for everybody to regroup a little bit, and then we press on. I'll rejoin Rod out here in the corridor.
Okay, go ahead and drag yourself to there. Alright. You're not gonna go... You have 5 more feet of movement, I think, plus another 30 if you want to dash.
I don't want to dash. Yeah, I'll go ahead and step around the corner.
Okay, so you step around the corner.
Yeah.
You can't see anything for 30 feet in front of you, at least. You know.
Okay. If anything starts coming, I'll let them.
Alright, Shadira. 25 feet to get out of the room.
I'll come around that corner.
And that's 30.
I think that's all I've got.
That gives you an additional 5 feet. So you can see that there is a... You know, some sort of pathway to the left there, down at the bottom.
Another path down this way, people.
Thidriel.
Yeah, so I will just start following down.
That's 15. 25.
I wouldn't want to go in the lead, so I would probably just stay here.
Okay.
And just again, just holding my action in case something were to run at us. Just holding my staff.
Okay. Shade.
I'll join the lineup, hanging out in the back. And we'll go right over there.
All right. Halvin.
All right. My move is 30, right?
Yeah.
Ront and I will progress up to there.
Okay. There is a staircase to your left, and you can see more of a passageway down to the south.
All right. And the stairs are down?
They are going up from where you are.
Oh. Okay. I'm going to signal back to the group, all clear, but point at the stairs and point up, and then just like do a forward motion for the other hallway that just continues forward.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
Go ahead and end your turn.
Oh, I didn't realize you.
Shadira.
I'll throw
You
it
want to
in.
run right into the staircase there?
Yep, just taking the run that order.
Okay. So I'm going to let this happen. It's understand that I might not always do that on a battle map. Alright, so at the top of the staircase, there is a wooden door that is closed.
Let Halibut know that there's a door up there.
Okay. Anything else?
Point range for that said door. All three of us, just in case something decides to come out of it.
Okay. So ready action, ranged attack if something comes out of the door?
Yep.
Alright. Thidriel, that's 20 feet.
Yeah, I'm again, I don't want to be ahead of anybody else, so that's all I can really do. He's not a front line. Like he's gotta run in and get away.
Okay.
So he's staying behind Halvin.
Got it. Shade, that's 25. You have 30.
Cool. So,
Good there.
And then, just ready up in action.
Okay. What action are you ready?
Enemies come out, shoot them with a crossbow, or with, Loot Toll the Dead.
Is Toll the Dead a cantrip?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool. So you can do that as many times as you want. So that'll be the end of your turn.
Yep.
Halvin.
Will going up the stairs. I was going to have Ront stay at the bottom of the stairs so that he can use his ability to charge up and attack something if needed. But would that affect his movement going upstairs?
No, stairs are normal. It's only like rough terrain, right? Like you as a human can walk upstairs as easily as you can walk down a road, right?
Sure. Okay. So I will do that. I'll have Ront stay at the bottom and so he can charge and assault something if needed, and I.
Okay, so move your token and then also make a pointer, which is right click and then the arrow in the top left, to tell me where Ront is.
Oops. He's in the square with the 5. I dragged it. I didn't.
So it's down. Oh, okay. So up here,
He's just in that square with the 5 in it.
just south of Shadira.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay. Are you doing anything, or are you just stopping there?
I'll try the door and see is it locked. I won't open it if it is unlocked.
It
I'm
is
just checking.
not locked. The handle turns freely in your hand.
Okay. For the moment, we'll just leave that set, and I'll wait for everybody else to set themselves up.
Okay. Go ahead and end your turn. Shadira.
So the door's not open.
The door is not open, but it is unlocked.
Do you want me to open the door?
I was waiting for everybody else to come in and get set, and then we could open it.
Okay. We can do that.
Oh,
Keeping the crossbow out, pointing at the door, waiting for someone to come through it.
Okay. If anything opens the door, things will shoot it. Got it. Vidriel.
Just following.
That is 10, and then what? Another 15, or is that 20?
5. I think that would 10, 15, 20, 25. But yeah, I'm just staying behind them still.
Okay. Are you good there? Is Shishar's
have
not
anything
here? Is that all? You only have Shishar?
Yeah, Eldith is dead.
Okay.
Alrighty. She'll move up to.
She be dead.
We'll keep it with the 30, so we have a nice little group right there. And ready up in case we see a enemy or something. Toll them or shoot them. Or both. Or, yeah, stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Stuff. Right. Good. Done.
stuff and things.
Halvin, you've
All
got
right,
your whole
open
group
up.
here. Ront is kind of down the stairs from you. There are a couple other NPCs that are kind of like in a pile, basically on the stairs.
Yep.
So you've got about as much of a strike team as you're likely to get here.
Yes. And then, of course, Darendelle down at the bottom, not wanting to touch anything.
Of course.
Yep. So, yeah, open the door.
Okay. When you kick down the door,
It's a chessboard.
you find a black pudding and a gibbering mouther
Oh,
in
boy.
this room.
I know what one of those things is.
So the door is open. Are you moving at all? That was a free action to open the door.
Yeah, I know. Boy.
And when you open the door, they don't look at you because they don't have eyes, but you can feel that the attention of these two creatures has been shifted towards you and your party.
All right.
Like they know you're here.
I will move to there.
Okay. You've got another 5 feet if you want it.
Now, I think that should put the pudding in reach, right?
The pudding is within 10 feet of you, yes.
Right. So I will stick the pudding. And if that other thing moves, it should enter my reach, and then I get to do fun stuff.
Yeah, do that thing.
Let's if I could click the right tab the first.
That'll hit. Okay. Wounded the black pudding.
And then butt strike.
That's
Whiff.
not gonna hit that time, yeah.
Clap.
So you stab the thing with your boar spear, and as you pulled it out and were like trying to get ready for your butt strike, it just like it glops out of the black pudding. It's like right, like it like slurps out of the thing, and you just couldn't get your hands in the right place to actually hit it again.
Yep.
Ront.
And let's see. Ront. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Yeah, not doing any of those yet. Okay. Ront. Well, he couldn't charge through the two in the stairs, could he?
No, because I'm assuming he was with
Right.
you.
No, he was down at the bottom of the stairs.
No, I know that, but when he moved forward, he could get to... Shit, hold on. I just screwed it up. He could get to there.
Okay. Well, may as well have him attack the pudding then.
Yeah,
I'm
so he
trying
could
to
do a
remember
ranged
the
attack,
code,
but he's not quite melee.
So he can javelin and let me.
Alright, that'll hit.
Nice. Oops, about grabbed the wrong. Used to grabbing the. Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he did some damage.
And that, for now, will be it. Yeah, because I still don't want to do.
Okay, Shadira.
Okay. How far is there?
Understood, Shade. I will run your character just generally until you get back.
Okay, Shadira, sorry. He's coming to 1, 2. Go 1, 2, 3, 4 there.
Okay, that's 25. You do have 5 more feet if you want it.
Gimgar will be on the opposite side of her, and
Okay,
Sarah
to
will
your
come
pointer.
up to where the red dot is up the top.
Okay, so
Where
Sareth
Sareth
is up here, and Jimjar is directly across from you. Although, actually, you don't need that because Halavin is directly across from you. So Jimjar could even be, for instance, like right there.
Can you make it that far? But that's fine. He'll go there if you make it that far. Sareth will hit.
Okay.
Huge amounts of damage. Sareth. Go,
All
Sareth.
right. No, nothing. Jim Jar.
Jim Jar. First attack will be sneak attack.
It's with advantage, yeah.
Sorry.
Doesn't matter. You can roll it again if you want for a crit. Yeah, it doesn't crit, so it's fine. But go ahead and roll your attack dice plus sneak attack.
Yep.
And you have that on a hotbar? Yes, you do. Good. Good. Okay, so 16 damage to the black buddy. Good deal.
Taking attack from Jim Jar here will miss.
Automatic miss. So he is going to lose his sneak attack bonus next round.
Wow, dropped to 1. And still had a 1.
Yeah.
Well done, Jim Jar.
So that's how that's going to go. Is next round he cannot use his sneak attack. Okay.
Okay. Not a problem. Go on, Brenna.
Shadira. That'll hit. Yeah,
And that's
big
all.
hit. That did some damage. For sure.
That's all she's got for now.
Okay. It is Black Pudding's turn. Who did a melee attack on the Black Pudding?
Yeah.
Myself. And Shitter.
Okay. Shadira, did you do a melee attack?
Yes, I did.
I was assuming Dawnbringer was me.
Okay. That's just from it being corrosive. And it's gonna miss.
Get a reaction attack.
You are not within 5 feet of Shadira.
No, a creature within my reach has attacked someone that's not me.
Okay. I thought they also had to be within your reach. No?
When a creature within your reach makes an attack against a target other than you, and that target doesn't have this feat, you can use your reaction to make a melee attack against the attacked creature.
Okay, do it.
But that's your call, I guess.
Nope, do it. That'll hit. Good job. 1 damage. I mean 5, but you rolled a 1. Thidriel.
So Thidriel runs forward a little bit with his arm still burning, with the hair, the smell of the hair sizzling off. He may not know a lot, but he's smarter to know to not do it again. He's going to roll his hand crossbow at it.
That'll hit. Good damage. Okay. That's it for you. Because Shushar isn't here.
Yeah. I don't think I'm trying to decide if he was going to like do anything else, but I don't think he's going to do anything else.
Yeah, I mean, you could move or you could bonus action, but all that's going to require you to be melee. So.
Well, he could come up here. So what is this thing that I see here?
To the south of you?
No,
No,
to the north. The Gibberling mother or Mouther.
Oh, Gibbering Mouther. That's another enemy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna run up to that.
Okay.
And is that another ooze kind of thing?
The gibbering mouther is. Let me look it up. It is an aberration that babbles incoherently and basically like. So, this is a meatball with 1,000 mouths on it and nothing else.
Okay. So, but it doesn't look like the same texture as the ooze. That's
No,
all
it
that you
doesn't
need
seem
to
like an ooze at all. It literally looks
Okay.
like a mouth, like a
Yeah.
meatball full of teeth. Like
So I'm gonna
it's nuts.
bonus action unarmed strike
Well,
it.
even you'll be able to punch that
Trying
one
to
in
like I'm trying to like punch underneath all the mouths so I don't like get into any of them.
Okay, so unarmed strike. Yeah, go for it. Bonus action unarmed strike.
Yeah, there we go. Hits him, did low damage.
Okay.
And so I had moved 10, 20. I've got 15 feet left. I'm just gonna come. Oh no, that's where he is. That's still 15 feet of movement.
Roll
Oh,
a
wait.
strength saving throw for me.
Sure.
Okay. So as you try to step away from the thing, even with your speed and everything, you can feel the ground goes like doughy and soft beneath you as the thing is just like gibbering this random like but it doesn't seem to be a language, but it seems like it is a language, but just not one that anyone could ever comprehend kind of deal. And so that like the 10 feet around it, as you have realized from running up to it and hitting it, is like gonna be difficult terrain, but you succeeded on your save, so it's not difficult terrain for you.
As I run past Halivin, I'm gonna say we need to shut that thing up and just run to where I'm going.
Yeah, so it's as long as it's talking, 10 feet around it is going to be difficult terrain. You manage to kind of like quick step over it because of who you are as a monk, but like it's not going to be easy for other people to approach or get away from it.
Sure.
Shade is going to about to here. And he's going to use Bane. Failed its save. So so he's gonna cast Bane on the black pudding. And then he has Topsy and Turvy. Okay, so Shade, Topsy, and Turvy have all gone. The Topsy and Turvy got some decent crossbow bolts in, and Shade did his thing, and that is all for that. It is the Gibbering Mouther's turn. Within 20 feet. Halavan,
Yes.
you are standing on aberrant ground. You do succeed at your saving throw.
Is that the doughy ground stuff?
Yeah, so your
Okay.
your speed is not reduced or anything like that.
Okay.
And then it's gonna run over.
Opportunity attack.
To here. So you do get an opportunity attack on it. So go ahead and do that.
Come here, tracker. That's a hit.
That'll
Its
hit.
speed was reduced when it entered my reach. The opportunity attack triggered, and its speed was reduced to 0.
Okay, so it's stuck here. And you hit it for 14 damage. Good job.
Nice.
Okay.
So as it came charging. Okay, sorry, that was a max damage. I was going to spiel, but that's okay.
No, go for it. Seriously.
So yeah, it came whatever it does, since I don't think it has legs. I can't tell. It looks like a pillar on the room.
It's
But
like
at
a
any
it's
rate,
like a
as it
meatball full of teeth, basically.
Yeah. So as it started rolling forward, going wherever it was going, it entered my reach. So I was able to spin around and just bury my spear forward as it was charging towards myself. And I think that's not Shade. That's Thidriel. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just bury the thing head deep into it and stick it right where it is. The war spear doing what it's supposed to do. And actually
Excellent.
sinking into some meat that it can hold on to.
Fantastic.
As 1,000 mouths all scream.
Right. Now it is going to try to shoot some blinding spittle at Thidriel.
Oh, fun.
And he's gonna fail.
It smells a bit. It smells a bit alcoholic, so I open my mouth to catch it.
Right. So you are blinded. This was much stronger than what you thought you were getting from this thing, which was alcohol. It's not alcohol. It's straight poison.
Or just really poorly made moonshine.
So Thidriel is going to be poisoned. Or rather blinded, and you can do a Constitution saving throw at the beginning of your turn to end that.
Okay.
Halvin.
All right, so now I got two things that I can attack. Well, I'm going to focus on the mouther then and hope that what we've got going on with the pudding will take care of the pudding. Because I got Ront over there too. So I will pig stick the gibbering mouther.
That'll hit.
Nice.
You attacked yourself.
I did?
Yeah, but that's fine.
Okay.
She did 14 damage to the gibbering mouther. Okay.
Again. So, wow, just pulling the spear back out and basically just sticking it back in the same hole.
Yeah, the other end of it, right? Like you stab the thing and you pull it out and whip it around and just bash it on the face. Or, well, I mean, one of the 100 sets of teeth on this meatball.
And then I'm not going to use any superiority dice this turn. I do get the butt strike.
So if you're not using superiority, then it's just that polearm master attack roll.
Yeah,
and then the
exactly.
damage.
Yep. Okay, why can't I find that?
Character sheet, action stab, class
Yeah.
features, polearm master.
Right. It's not. It's gone.
It's there for me. Under class features, you don't have
Under class features,
polearm
it's
master B.
No, I got nothing. It's completely blank. Even if I click the
Okay.
if I click
well,
the
let me-
magnifying glass, I see just power group. Like it's a blank.
It should be there. Just type in arm.
There it is. Sorry. Okay, now I see it. I'd
All
click
right.
the
I
other
went ahead
side.
and did the thing for you,
Thing.
just in the interest of celerity.
Yeah, that got.
So you hit it
Collapsed somehow, I
for
don't-
6 damage. Does Ront have anything to say about this?
Ront is going to take a swat at that black pudding. Or actually, no, he's not going to take a swat. He's going to throw another javelin at it.
Okay. Because he's still back by the door, right? That's that
Correct.
circle
Yeah,
that I
he's
made.
still where that number 5 is. Sticks another javelin in.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Eh,
So Ront pitches a javelin at the black pudding, and it's like you guys can all see that the javelin is kind of like wobbling through the air. Like it wasn't a great throw, but it hits the black pudding, and it just like kind of splatters it. Like for some reason, this spear just hit it in exactly the right place, and this black pudding just kind of like fades into the floor. And it is gone. And Ront, of course, even though he did a shitty throw, was like, "I'm the best!"
Totally meant to do that.
Is that it for you, Halvin?
Yeah, because Ront doesn't have any bonuses, and yeah, anything on me right now is going to be based on reactions.
Shadira. The black pudding is gone. You now have a gibbering mouther to deal with, which is far north of you. Okay. Okay, so you have clear line of sight here. You're not at advantage just yet, but you could move Jim Jar up 1 square, and then you would have advantage.
Jim Double up there, then and Sarah
Okay.
they were you.
Sereth is going to stay where he was, or he's going to move?
Yeah. You're gonna say where he was.
Okay, so if you have Jim Jar moving to directly across from you, which is here, basically, that's Jim Jar now instead of Ront. So then you and Jimjar and Sereth and Thidriel and Halavin, you all have advantage now.
Okay.
Because you're just ganging up on this meatball.
Oh, you dare start that by cleaving. Don't be a come on.
That'll hit.
We'll hit. Why did I not?
Okay. Did some damage. Jimjar?
Jimja doesn't get a sneak attack this turn.
He does not get a sneak attack, but he does have advantage.
Yeah, he's just gonna hammer it with his war pick. Yeah. And that will be Sarah's turn. Sarah will shoot something.
Okay.
On you.
So he has advantage.
Yep. Yikes. It.
Yeah, it is.
I keep covering my damage in the circle that's being drawn up there.
I'm sorry, what was that? So you did the damage. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Anything else?
That looks like about it for me, I think.
Thidriel.
So first I will make my con save. And
No, you won't.
I poke myself
You
in
will
the eye.
not
trying
make
to
your
light
con
this
save.
up.
In fact.
Yeah, I
rub it in more.
poke myself in the eye trying to do this and make it worse, probably. You can raise the DC by 2.
Roll a d4.
Do I do 4 points of damage to myself?
Yep.
Nice.
And then go ahead and take your turn.
Yeah, and then I just start swinging blindly because I know this thing is like rushing towards me with the disadvantage. I hit it.
Okay.
And then I swing my hand as well.
Again,
I hit it.
It's not hard to hit this thing.
I blindly kill this thing.
Especially in the
Okay,
mouth.
so good job.
Yeah, so you see
Also
me,
make a con save. Because you just punched a thing, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you passed that con save, so you're good.
Yeah, so I like try to wipe this, like you hear like it's like I poke myself in the eye and then like my whole body shifts around, Charlie, almost like probably swinging so close to Ronk's face, and just bashing on top of the thing, and then my arm just like comes out, just I don't even know how it hit. It just like slaps at it, probably inside one of the mouths or something like that. And if I had to killed it, it would have bitten down.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
So you destroy this thing. And that's... You can feel, all of you can kind of feel the rest of the oozes just kind of disintegrate in this room. The amount of tension that you felt walking into the pudding court kind of dissipates a little bit, or sorry, it doesn't dissipate, it's not completely gone. It alleviates, right? Like there's still something calling to the oozes. It's just that you've cleared this area for now. Does that make sense? And due to the nature of the fact that we don't have a tray and that Shade had to leave and everything else, I think this is probably a good place to call it for tonight, unless you guys are like adamant about continuing.
No, that's fine.
That's fine, man.
No, I'm good.
Yeah,
Let's let Dom go rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dom's not gonna go rest. Dom's gonna go run like 3 games now. Probably.
Yeah, Dom's gonna go run like 18 games right now in a row.
No, Dom's not going to go run 18 games right now. Dom's going to go put his leg up and rest for the next 6 hours, and then he'll run a game.
Right. So I realized that like this is a weird session for us, but at the same time, I didn't want to let us go more than 3 weeks without playing a game, because I feel like that's like getting into the territory of like, oh, well, this isn't important anymore kind of thing. So I wanted to run the game so we could keep doing the thing. But, you know, I also understand that people have stuff to do and that kind of thing. So... thank you guys.
In another couple of weeks, the world's going to be shut down again anyway, and everybody's going to be home again. So there'll be lots more time.
Thank you guys very much for joining me tonight, as always, and we will pick up here again in the battle for Blingstone and the pudding court and everything next session, which will be 2 weeks from now. And I'm glad. So hold on. Let me. Anybody have anything else to say about tonight's session?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad it was for us a more combat heavy session, because it kind of let me start getting my hands around all the shit I can do now. With the Polearm Master, the Sentinel Master, and the Vattle Master. I'm going to need to put together a flow chart.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. Ferret, do you have anything on tonight's session?
I had the most fun for me was to start with the little funeral thing.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was so, you did an amazing job on that.
Thank you for I kind of had something of my own written out, but I didn't know how to involve the rest of the people in the world with it. So thank you for having that little write out. That was great.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I had that planned for a while, and I figured you were thinking of some kind of like quote unquote eulogy, but I wanted to give you like a service to work that into. And I had found that thing, and I could have sent it to you earlier, but I chose not to because I wanted it to be something that you had to kind of like come up with. You know what I mean? Like I like that improv nature of things, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, man. That's why I play this game, for the improv.
Excellent. And Shade,
I'll be honest, though,
Shade's not here right now, but like he was totally on board. There's a bunch of stuff happened with Shade as well that you guys aren't aware of right now.
Like I won't lie, Fidriel was a little disappointed that nobody tried to console him when he slunk back to the group looking as small as he did.
And that's a thing you can play. That's a thing you can absolutely play. Halvin, do you have any thoughts on tonight's session that go beyond what we talked about, or?
Yeah, for the funeral thing, I did take a little time during the break to put a thing together, because I thought there might be a moment where we're all supposed to like eulogize or something. The way it worked out, I didn't have to like use this, but this was what I put together to say if Halavan would have.
Please,
had the opportunity.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll just retcon that as you said it over the grave.
Yeah, exactly. After the grass and everything grew and the place got pretty, and things were maybe dying down or whatever, but Halvin would have taken the time to go over and say something over the grave of his warrior friend, as she was, the ones like himself, he felt, that was there, and that how she had come to this place like the rest of us, but she was always, trying to keep everybody buoyed. So he always admired that about her.
Absolutely, and Elspeth would have been kind of an inspiration to Halvin for, how you guys dealt with the staging point and the, dealing with the rock blight and everything. Like, absolutely, that would have been something that weighed on you heavily, Halvin. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this session, this stream now. Thank you guys very much for joining me. As always, you are fantastic. I am looking at possibly this time next week starting up my Deadlands Reloaded stream in Suede, and I have a character creation session for that planned. It's on the calendar in FGC, whatever. So if you want to be part of the Weird West, it's not exactly following American history, but it's kind of close. If you want to be a cowboy, or if you want to be an Injun, or if you want to be a weird alchemist, or if you want to be, anything in between, that kind of time period, I'm going to be starting that up next Monday.